Akhi, barakallah feek. I'm a audio learner, right? I'm an audio learner, but that book is very good. I have the way I read it, then I put it down. Then I end up starting at the beginning again, because mashallah, man, Allah purify you. It's so good.
What up, y'all? It's your man, Abuamerican. So, you know, I'm not really sure how to start this. I get a lot of messages. I deal with a lot of people who are looking for help, advice, you know, alterations, corrections of their situation to their situation. And what you have to do is you have to understand if you are ever in the position to help someone, and this includes financially, although I'm not talking about money, I'm just talking about, people come to me for relationship help. You have to understand that not everybody can be helped, and you have to understand who those people are very quickly, or they will waste your time. The last thing you want to do is waste your time with people who are unwilling to fix their situation, and they're just looking to you to validate their grievances, and those people who are incapable of helping themselves. And they come to you, they see and recognize there's a problem, but they're unable to change it for whatever reason. Usually it's a personal reason. It has nothing to do with like external sources. Sometimes the sources are external, and those can actually be rectified. But most of the time, it's not that. The people who are unwilling to help themselves, or unable, to help themselves, is generally something internal. Either way, both are internal situations, and sometimes you find that both exist within one person. They're unwilling, they're unable. They're unwilling in the sense that they're only looking for external validation. They recognize there's a problem, but they refuse to accept their role in the problems that they face in their life. And then at the same time, they're unable to help themselves for various reasons on top of that. So even when you get them to a point where it's like, you get them to understand like, okay, you need to change stuff, forget the blame, forget the accountability. They're still unable to change themselves even when accountability from themselves is removed. And I like to use myself as an example, and how I came to vetting, obviously. When I was getting married and divorced, and it was not something that I was really looking to be into, a situation like that. I had to stop and think like, okay, what's going on here? I'm like, it can't be all the women in the world. There must be something I'm doing. And so then I came to find out, okay, through Red Pill and relationship gurus and all this other type of stuff, what my mistakes were. And then when I kept on, I got better results, but I didn't get the results I wanted. Then I started looking externally. Nonetheless, I still went to personal accountability and how I could fix it. So I was willing and able to fix my situation, but that took a lot of work. It took a lot of work, and it wasn't just like something that happened overnight. It took years, not only to make the changes, but to be able to recognize them. And you have to understand that some people, you're never going to see it. They're so wrapped up in their status as victim, as the personal hero and only good guy in their mental story, whatever role they take, because people take different roles in their minds on how they are in terms of their problems. They're a victim to some external force, or they're the good guy / hero, to where it's like, everybody else is a villain, which is technically a victim mentality. But in their mind, they don't see themselves as a victim. They see themselves as the hero, fighting off all the forces of evil out there that are trying to destroy them for whatever particular reason. The world has decided to unite against them and try and destroy them, which is obviously patently false. Nonetheless, you as an individual who might end up in a situation of being requested to help them and assist them in problems, you have to be able to recognize these people. And I hate to say it, but you just got to feed them platitudes and send them on their way. Like, the person who thinks he's the hero, it's terrible, man. It's like, yo, you're the man, dude. Girl, you go get it. And you just got to send them back out into the wild to go deal with their problems in their lives. Just redirect that energy somewhere else, because all they're going to do is they're going to drag you into their BS, and it's going to make you miserable. And then you now have to start looking at what's my problem, what's my accountability, what's my responsibility here, you know, and you're going to have to go through the same process that they're unable to or unwilling to do, or both. And then those people who are just victims, just, you know, give them what they want. I hate to say it. I mean, I know that sounds terrible, but give them what they want. Give them a pat on the back, a little back rub, say, oh, you poor thing. It's terrible. But all the best, you know. I think you'll be okay, you know. Future is great. It's bright. You know, give them a little back rub, send them on their way. Because all they want is someone to validate their bad feelings and to like just increase it. They live and they actually flourish in that. And when I say flourish, it doesn't mean it leads to a positive flourishing in their life. It means that in terms of who they are and their feelings and living in their feelings, that makes them feel some kind of good way. And so that is their life. It's drama. They need that. And that's not normal. And you don't want to invite that type of dysfunctionality into your life. Now, we have some people, I know a brother, you know, he's dealing with a family, you know, family members that are they're like that. You know, they're dysfunctional people. And I advise them to, like, you know, get your own place, get your money right, get your own place together. You know, brothers working on that type of stuff. Sometimes it's hard to separate yourself from these people because they are your people. Nonetheless, you do need to put a little distance between you and them so that whenever they do their crazy, it doesn't have an immediate and instant effect on your life. Because eventually, as things get more critical over time, so too will the outcomes of their outbursts. And don't let there be no question. It doesn't have to be intentional. People close to you, people who love you, they can destroy your life. They will destroy your life sometimes. And they never intended to.
I'm only taking the brave.
It's your man, Abuamerican.
I'm not taking the scary. I'm not taking no girls. Are you ready to fight? Yes, sir. Are you ready to fight? Yes, sir.